It's so beautiful. Thank you. Of course. This is my first time trying a brown sugar latte, so I'm so thrilled. Thank you.
I've been thinking about the concept of simplicity and how we view it in our society today. I see how it's overlaid in professional and personal contexts and things, and I just had a couple thoughts I wanted to share here. I think, like, to have the conversation about it, you've kind of got to define your terms. There's several forms of simplicity. I think the first is simplicity as an aesthetic, like a piece of art or even home decor or the way that you dress. There can be this simplicity, minimalistic sort of setup. I think that is good. I think that that's very beautiful. You can have simplicity in music as well. And as a classically trained musician myself, I see a lot of beauty and wonder in simplicity in that context, again, as an aesthetic. Then you've got the idea of simplicity as this principle that's overlaid in tasks, patterns, workflows, and again, that follows you into professional and personal aspects of life for sure. And that's where things start to get a little foggy for me. I have an appreciation as a professional for the idea of having something that's straightforward and easy to understand. But I think nowadays, when I hear people use the word simple, this needs to be simple, this needs to be straightforward, I hear a couple things. I hear simple equals or means that it needs to be easy, and that simple is better. And it's this blanket statement over everything, not just some things. I need this to be easy to understand, and whatever is easy to understand is what we're going to adopt. I think that when you adopt that way of thinking, that poses a couple of problems. We as people, I think, are inclined to take the path of least resistance. We're going to, if we have to do something or overcome a challenge, complete a task, our brains are going to search for the easiest way out. While I don't think that that's necessarily wrong in every case, I think that with us focusing on taking the easy way, we lose out on the opportunity to build our minds and sharpen our mental acuity in choosing to take the path of least resistance. So that's something that I think we lose out on. I also think in choosing the easy way, and this is not in all cases, but I think in some cases, a lot of that has to do with convenience. Can we get this task accomplished in a way where we can get it done as quickly as possible, and can we get it done in a way that, depending on who's facilitating it, where it's done in a way where that person feels comfortable with it. And again, I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. It just depends on what it is. If our focus is on getting a task done and getting a task done in the way that we want it to be done, there's this losing out on building mental acuity, and then there's also losing out on the ability and capacity to collaborate with other people, maximizing the strengths and skills of other people. So right now, simplicity is equating to being easy and better and convenient. We know that in taking the path of least resistance, convenience, we lose out on collaboration and sharpening mental acuity of ourselves and the people around us. What do? Well, I think whenever we're approaching anything, when we approach a process, principle, or a pattern, we need to ask ourselves, what is the efficacy of what I'm choosing to do or how I'm choosing to do something? And then I would also say, what's the impact, and having those things in mind. So for myself, whenever I work on something, whenever I approach something, whether it be music or professional context, I analyze the scenario and I go, okay, what is the goal of this situation, of this project? And then I think of what is required to get this done. And then I think about how can I bring in other people in a way where we're having a collaborative approach to this, in a way where I'm able to teach people new skills, or I'm able to be taught new skills as well. Because my approach to whatever I'm thinking about doing, or this project, it may be one of the ways, but it may not be the most effective way. So being able to leverage the experts, or leverage the people that have a passion for whatever we're working on, or someone who just has a unique approach to things. And I find that it takes a little bit longer to do that, but the payoff is significant. You are taking time to build something that has positive long-term results. Why? Because you're bringing more people into the equation who will have varying perspectives and life experiences that will allow you to see the project in a two-dimensional way, a three-dimensional way, actually. And you're creating opportunity to be taught and to teach people, which creates and builds rapport that is maintained in future projects. And I think this is especially important when it comes to working alongside younger people. If I've got a younger team of people, whether it be musicians or whether it be in the professional environment, I want to create opportunity to get their feedback and insight on things. It's not about making this simple so that it can get done. It's about saying, can we use this as a learning opportunity, or an opportunity to build trust, respect, collaboration, and value for the people that are involved in this project or initiative. I've seen amazing results from incorporating that mindset. It's not about it being simple. It's about creating a process that is effective. It's not about it being easy or convenient for me. Even if it takes a little bit more time, I'm going to set the time aside to invest in other people and be invested in, because I know down the line that as I work with these people, I'm creating something that's bigger than myself, and that is a real team. And I take a lot of pride in knowing that I'm investing in people, I'm equipping and empowering people. I think that that's really, really important. Now, again, to be clear, I don't think that every scenario calls for that. I think there are times where we have leadership in place that need to make executive decisions, and that there do need to be clear-cut processes. But I think in this time frame, that's all that we're leaning towards. That's the default setting. And so the challenge here is, how do we strike a balance between the simplicity in processes, but then also finding opportunity to create principles, practices, and processes that are effective and have impact and create value for the people that are involved. I would challenge you today, as you're interfacing with your family, professionally, when you think about the idea of simplicity, are we looking at the path of least resistance, or are we actually looking at the efficacy of that process? Are you looking at the impact? Are you looking at the value long term? I know it's a little bit abstract. It's actually a little bit more concrete than what I normally do, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Feel free to share your feedback or thoughts or approaches on that, and I'll see you in the next one.